This side. All right, so are you logged into your YouTube?
It is starting soon. In seconds, I tell you. I feel like I should make this a pin, like just this.
You should do what?
Make it a pin.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. This is so dope.
Hopefully everybody, people are joining in the clubhouse room. So we are ranting tonight. We're also live on YouTube, but feel free to raise your hand, give us comments. We're talking about all things happening in soca and Caribbean culture right now. And I am officially making my drink.
Hopefully
because
everybody, people are joining. All right, sorry. The YouTube just came in and then it like threw me off. All right.
Nice. I'm gonna give people a little bit of time to get into both rooms. Caribbean culture, right? Oh, you can see my robe.
Wait, this is on BK Rant and Rave. No.
What are you talking about? It sounds like a say so.
Oh, I'm logged in as BK Rant and Rave. That's why. Okay, I was so confused.
Hey, what's up, Psycho? I know it's been a minute since you've got to see us.
What a whirlwind this is.
I'm gonna move my robe. I feel self-conscious with the robe sitting there.
Nobody knows. They know how they gonna know? They not gonna know, girl.
I had to pay attention to that. That was driving me nuts. So
okay. Yo, it was Bob Marley's birthday last weekend, right?
Yeah.
It's really, really dope to just get back into the music. I mean, it's always present, but just to get back into it a little bit, especially with Style and Vibes Mix, is nice.
Yes, yes. And you know, if you're gonna have anybody curate a reggae mix, you gotta leave it to Style and Vibes. Make sure you guys check out the Style and Vibes podcast. She was a Rant and Rave Rant sponsor. So she sponsored our rant when we were talking to Blacka the Dancer.
And that's what we need to do tonight. We need to rant.
I'm saying there's so much going on right now. I mean, I there's so much to talk about. We've got, you know, virtual concerts going on like crazy. We've got a very I don't believe it's doing any kind of, you know, what do you call it? COVID protocol, I guess. For the parties happening in Miami. I just don't know. Like, there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. Everybody is holding the vibes. Apparently, Carnival did not stop.
Yeah. That's I was just gonna say. Like today, I was on at least 3 things like going on live at the same time, and I felt like, oh shoot, this is like Carnival, where it's like, oh, what bet you at? No, what bet you at? Like, where are we going? Where are we gonna link up? Okay, see you afterwards. Like, Carnival is happening right now. Yeah, the atmosphere is there. Even people who are not in Trinidad feel the need to be in a Carnival vibe.
Yeah,
so it is. It's very interesting that it is fet to fet right now.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love a Carnival, as much as I love a fete, I'm not going to Florida. First of all, it's Florida.
Did you just throw out the whole state?
I'm throwing out the whole state. I'm not going to Florida to party maskless and catch all kind of things. I treat it like we just let the people out. Like it was just, they were so, listen, okay. So for those of you who do not know what's going on, there's a Soca weekend in Miami happening right now at the time of this this recording, February 13th. And it looks like COVID doesn't exist in Florida, apparently. Like apparently once you get past what, Virginia, because it doesn't exist in Atlanta, it doesn't exist in
Hmm.
Florida, it doesn't
Correct.
exist in Tulum, it doesn't exist in
Which is, all what they want you to believe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go
yeah,
on, go on.
yeah. So apparently there's no such thing as COVID once you get to the South. It only exists here in the Northeast. And so, yeah, I'm good. Look, I get it. I get that people want to fet. I get that people want to party. But nah, like, does it have to be maskless? Does it have to be so crazy and wild? Like, can you not have a good time unless there's 5,000 people and no masks during a pandemic?
I I find it so wild that people aren't wearing masks. I literally have gone to fetes wearing a mask before this ever happened. Like, cause it's cute. Like, cause because powder. Like
Hmm.
that I haven't never been to a powder fet in New York without being masked up.
Hmm.
Period. Like any year. I don't understand why you're in a powder fet, you're in a juve in Miami, and you're like, mask? I don't need no mask. Like, you always needed a mask for a juve that's like throwing paint, throwing powder. It was always okay to have those things. So why now, when you really need it, are you just dashing it away? I don't understand that mentality right now.
I don't get it. And I hope that the videos I'm seeing are very skewed. I hope that what I'm seeing is, just a few people who are taking, don't give me the side eye. I hope that there
Sorry.
are people
Clubhouse
who,
doesn't know I'm giving side eye. Like, I've seen multiple videos of people without their masks. It's madness.
yes, it is madness. It's,
But then again, is it madness? Because I was talking to somebody today, and it's like, they will have you thinking that it really doesn't exist, that we're not really in a pandemic. You're not, it's okay. Because I have seen like the same people over and over again going to fetes and not wearing masks and jumping up with their friends. And then I see them the next week and they're doing it again. And then I'm like, what is it? Am I insane for staying home?
I love it that you think that. I actually got a GoFundMe request from somebody who was partying in Atlanta and got COVID and then sent out a GoFundMe request. And I was like,
Wow.
thoughts and prayers, but not my money. Mm-mm.
Well, that makes me like, I hate to say it, but that makes me feel better because I've been on a serious, serious lockdown, not going to fetes. I literally went to one fet for the entire 2020, and the entire time I stayed by myself, wore my mask, or I was double masked actually,
Mm.
and did not go next to people. So I'm like, I feel bad to say that I'm happy that that was a good choice. And like I don't know. There are people who have been exposed and haven't gotten sick. So like this COVID thing, COVID-19 is weird as all hell. It's not a joke. You can't predict who's gonna be really, really sick, who's gonna get over it in a week. You can't predict what's
Yeah,
gonna
but
happen.
you also can't you can't just be out here wilding. Okay, you cannot be out here wilding, right? You want to go out, you want to have fun. I get it. Listen, especially in the US, we didn't have the proper protocol. We didn't have we're going to be locked down for a specific amount of time, and then you'll be able to resume activities, or then we're going to have, a vaccine, or then we're going to have something. There was no actual timeline. So it was just
Mm-hmm.
sort of stay home until I tell you not to, which
Mm-hmm.
I get that people, it's been a year. It's like, all right, give us free.
Give
I
us
get that.
free.
I get that. However, I don't feel like it's one or the other. I don't feel like you can't go to a party and wear a mask. Like, you can still do that. It is completely fine. I don't get, to be honest, why some of these party promoters don't make that part of the theme, right? Like, we know there are LED masks. You could change the colors. You could, I'm giving away some things for people, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can change the colors. You can, make that a theme. You can make that part of the event. But instead, they're just like, nah, you just have to wear your mask to come inside, and then that's way that.
Yeah.
Good night, Era. Good night, Psycho. Just wanted to say good night to the people on the check-in. We are on Clubhouse and on YouTube,
Hello, hi, Stuart.
on Soka Say So's YouTube.
Hello, hi, Stuart. I'm Clubhouse. Yes. I mean, look, you are solution driven, right? You're proving yourself to be solution driven. You don't like to just complain. You like to work on, how do we do things better? And so I see you giving away a little bit of the sauce of ways that promoters can do better. Listen, I know for a fact when I go to a club, if I'm standing on, if I get up and stand up on the couch, some big brolic dude is going to come and tell me, miss, you got to get down. You can't stand up on here. And that should be the same thing for if I take off my mask. Miss, you got to put your mask back on. As simple as that.
Stuart, I brought you up to the stage. You seem like you wanted to say something. Stuart from Icebox, for those of you who don't know.
My mic's connected.
Oh, you're connected.
We're hearing you.
No, my still on my headset. Yeah, I don't know. My thing on it is that from the promoter standpoint, it's really hard to manage that. You're talking about get off the couch when if you compare that to you probably go to the club, it only has 10 seating areas. It's easier to manage that when you're in a party with it's 1,500 people after the drink.
But is there nothing, I mean, DJs usually come on and say, I've seen it where they've had parties where, you're not going to play Wet It Up because people are throwing water and the venue owner is like, whoa, DJ, tell them stop that. So why wouldn't that be the same thing?
But in the same thing that Wet It Up became a problem after it happened 2 times at that particular venue. So you're already calculating when you're looking at something like the virus. Wet It Up is one thing where we're looking at a piece of equipment, where that could be replaced. And especially my forte was both parties. And you're looking at, in a smaller confined area with recirculating air.
I think there's definitely culture that influences things, right? There are promoters who say you have to wear all white and you come in whatever and it's fine. And then there's a promoter that says all white. If you don't wear all white, you're not getting in. I don't care how much you paid for the ticket and the table that you paid for, you're not getting in. And I bet to come head to toe. Like there is a culture and there's a way to preach it and promote it so that before you hit the door, you know the rules and regulations. I remember an all-white party that I paid good money for, and I was shook that I was not wearing enough white, that they were going to turn me away at the door. And that's the culture that they drove into my head before I even reached the door. And so I think it can be done so that there's a number of people who, before they even reach the Fed, are they know I cannot take my mask off. They will throw me out of here. And then when you get inside, then it is the DJ's responsibility to keep reminding people, put it on loop. Remind people. Oh, I want to see your cool mask. Who's got the coolest mask? Everybody put your mask on. Mm-hmm. And then security got to walk around. Like this is the level we're at. There are restaurants that are shut down forever. There are businesses shut down forever. People cannot eat. They cannot survive. You have the luxury of partying. You got to wear a mask, period.
Definitely. I hear you on that. And I mean, we've been to events, right? We went to events last summer where the minute they stop the music and they're like, okay, if you're going to get up from your table, just remember, like, it's not, you don't have to be mean about it at all. They were like, just remember, keep your mask on. Just make sure you keep your mask on. I'm sure because the venue was like, hey, all right, we don't want to get shut down. We want to make sure that people are doing the right things here. So just keep reminding them. And it was cool. It was no problem. I don't understand now. I mean, I get it if it's a huge event, you're not walking around constantly, whatever. but nobody is reinforcing it once you get in the door. Nobody is telling you anything else once you get in the door. And that's where I'm like, all right, like you're not even trying. People are like, well, people gonna do what they want to do. Yes, but you're not even trying to tell them to do anything different. I don't know if it's because they want that video, they want those viral videos of look at people jumping up, having a good time, blah, blah, blah. But I don't see why it has to be one or the other. I can have a good time in a mask, especially like Soka So said, we've been doing this. We've been wearing masks for things, for events. We've had custom masks. She and I have had custom masks for things. So I don't get why there's no attempt to at least try to keep people wearing their masks. There's no conversation about it after the party starts.
We could do a Juve event, and then after I have multiple complaints about my phone got wet, my clothes is dirty, and then you got the odd people who send you a lawyer letter for the same item, for those same items. So look at it from the perspective if someone can prove that they got it at your event.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer, and for the life of me, I don't know why more people aren't scared that they're gonna get sued. I don't know.
For real.
I'm okay. I'm not taking. I've dealt with the bad side of things where, like, I dealt with somebody leaving the event, stealing the key out of the valet box, and running into a parked police car. And the officer got whiplash.
Whoa.
That venue lose their liquor license. And the first run it cost me $14,000, and I didn't even make that any party.
Whoa.
People don't know that side.
Yeah. I'm curious. People have been asking me what are nightlife promoters, what are business owners, nightlife business owners, what are they doing instead of throwing fets? Like, what are you doing instead of having fets? Yeah.
Me, I'm running semis.
Look at that. Look at that.
I just have to pivot. You can't pivot. I mean, anything could have happened. Like in the event game, yes, the money looks good and the numbers look good, but one bad event and it puts you back. The rain falls and I lose 25K. Because the table man don't want his money back. The venue not taking their money back. The venue not giving their money back. All your ice, everything you order that day, the only thing get sent back is the liquor. You're probably gonna get like a break from some of your vendors who you have good relationships with, but you're out money at that point in time.
Makes total sense. Makes total sense. So we BK Rant and Rave had a whole season on pivoting in the new normal.
Yes.
What are people doing? And now we're talking about that this season. What are the new things that Caribbean influencers are doing? The new moves for 2021, because some things are just a pivot a little bit in the same industry, and some is a total switch up, because that's how different life is these days. Yeah.
I'm in a situation where, for me, I have 3 young kids now, and most of my events were traveling, and I don't know if I want to do it as much as I did it before. Like I've spent, this is the first time I've been home for this long, and we had a baby. So I've experienced a whole different side of fatherhood from being home.
Congratulations.
I've done every single major carnival. My busiest year, I've done 25 events in 9 different cities.
Whoa.
So I've done where, like, Labor Day takes a toll on my body. Because when we do Duck Work Friday, Tribe Saturday night, still go out Sunday because I still want to have fun for myself one day, and then I do Scorch Monday morning. that whole weekend, from Tuesday, I get no sleep.
By the way, just by you naming those events, I'm feeling a how.
Right? The Tabanka is real.
Tobacco is so real. Like, oh man, I haven't had a real good fest. You just named some real good fests. Like, I haven't been to a real good one in over a year now. Oh, that's crazy.
And you look at certain situations like I lost a lot of airfare money.
Yeah.
From like Caribbean Airlines have almost, you're gonna get it back at some point in time, but that doesn't help my credit card now.
Right?
Right.
Amex don't wanna, and Amex need their money every month. They don't wanna hear that you bought some airfare for your DJs on the COVID. Still gotta pay it off. You know, and at least like JetBlue gave you back some of the money.
That's crazy. I would think because there's a pandemic that they would have to refund this.
Well, I thought so too, but
we were both wrong.
we're all mistaken.
I mean, it does, but as in nature, I mean, I look at it from this standpoint. I'm in the situation now. I did not do it. There's nothing I did personally that created the situation. So there's not much I could do about it. So I just had to move on. Well, not move on fully, but I just have to live life day to day. And I count the blessings. I don't know how I would have survived if I was in New York City, stuffed in an apartment with 3 boys.
Wow.
Because I moved. So I look at those as the positives.
So for the other promoters, the other nightlife people, because honestly, we are, for Rant and Rave, we are concerned about what this is going to look like at some point. I can't even say when things open up because who knows what that means. What is the thing going forward? Or is it just dash way that there's not going to be, you're not doing promoting parties, anything like that again?
I was kind of on the border of pushing it, all right, let's try now, or let's try to do something. I was kind of like on the border, on the fence. This is Carnival weekend. There are both weekends going on in Boca Raton and Miami, and I'm home.
Right.
And I'm home because I haven't gone anywhere major in the last year. And 2 weeks ago, I've gone by 5 homes through the entire pandemic, the same 5 people. Right, because my wife's mom was here. She just had open heart surgery and came here.
Wow.
So that was a no-no. So, and we just had the baby. So all of those factors, I was pretty tight on who was coming home and all of that. My wife hasn't gone anywhere in at least 12 months. So 2 weekends ago was the first weekend she went with me by one of my friends, which is out of the 5 homes that I've gone to repeatedly in the last year. My friend there tests positive the next morning.
No, I can't. I can't.
I'm listening to what I'm telling you.
I can't.
She went to football practice with her daughter the day before and got it there and test positive the morning. The guy who she got it from is in the hospital right now with 1 collapsed lung and pneumonia, and he is younger than me.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
So if that didn't give me another reality, like when my wife came downstairs dressed to go, I was like, "You going?" I was so shocked because she doesn't go. And then I was like, the one time she goes with me. And that is like the 0 degrees of separation. And my kids go there every week to play.
Wow.
And they're cautious, they're cautious. They go to football practice with the kids. And as a parent in football practice, she gets it from.
That's rough.
But she's
that
lucky.
Is crazy.
She's asymptomatic. She's fine.
So you brought up Miami Boca Raton, what's going on? Everybody's in Florida right now. A lot of people, let me not say everybody.
Yeah, not everybody.
Crazy. A lot of people are in Florida now for these carnival type events. And this chick was saying that we've seen people on there on videos at these events with no mask. No mask.
Of you test negative, you're in the bubble and you stay in the bubble, which is fine. But I know the environment we work in. If they could, I'm nothing as polite as I could say this. Somebody could get a fake positive or fake negative test to go in there. I don't like we come from the industry where they peel off the band and stick the band on. They learn how to transfer the stamp. They learn how to charge back your credit card.
Yeah.
Like any bigger events, you have to put a camera by the bar because you get almost $20,000 in chargebacks. And if I can't prove that those people come to the bar, I lose that money.
Wow. So they're buying the drinks, drinking the drinks, canceling the charge on the credit card.
It's a normal thing.
Wait. Oh, that's just wrong.
That's so gross. That's so, I'm like, my brain doesn't even work like that. So I can't even imagine if people do it because I wouldn't. Yeah.
But that's just the nature of what it is. But it also depends on the type of event. You don't have that problem in certain events. I also come from the background where like we started to do, like we would start to do different events from doing the bars and collecting the data and analyzing that stuff to give to other promoters because I was realizing the data that I was missing. Because I couldn't tell you based upon the last X amount events how many people consume X amount of drinks in what period of time. So how to staff the bar accordingly, and I started to track those numbers to understand it better. And based on the type of crowd or the type of event, we know we have a higher percentage more of chargebacks versus an over a certain number, just based on the information collected from before. So over a certain amount, like some of the events, I have to carry a scanner and I copy the ID. Because when I could give that back to the bank, that's how I could save that. I could 100% guarantee the money. Because if you use a processor, like let's say you use your processor as PayPal don't even, once that customer disputes that item, they don't even ask you. They pull it out your account.
Wow.
And then you have to present the information to get it back. Like after Carnival, sometimes you see like the Juve, like people who buy Juve close to Juve taking refunds to the packages. And if I don't have that paper that they signed to receive any package.
Wow.
So with that now, people could, even though Miami is doing this bubble thing, people could be faking negative results to be in the party.
Anybody who is or anything like that, but I'm just saying just based on the nature of what people do.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
That's my fear with it.
Wow. Well, so on top of just accidentally catching something, then we have to worry about people who are lying about their status, which I know throughout people have just been going out knowing full well that they are positive. And but I have to go to the store though. So, but this Fed is not happening again. So.
But then there's I have a personal friend who's sick right now. But he lives by himself. He say, I feel I have it, but what they go tell me quarantine, so I will just stay home for the 14 days.
Yeah. Exactly.
But he still hasn't gone and gotten any test to say that yes, he's positive. He's feeling sick. He's like, yeah, they're gonna give me Tylenol, blah blah blah. So I just gonna take everything and stay home. I say, but still go and get tested. Like I've gotten tested twice in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, people are really reluctant to do that. They don't want to see the positive results. They just don't want to They're like, you know what? I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna drink my tea. I'm gonna drink my ginger ale. I'm gonna rub my Vicks, and I'll be good.
I get that because some people it is a mind over matter thing, and as soon as they find out, they go down, down, down because they get so nervous that they're never gonna recover. So they really go bad. And if you're not leaving the house and not affecting anyone else is one thing, but how long you're gonna do that, and how do you know exactly when you're over it and when you're not? That's a problem.
As soon as you feel good.
Yeah, good today. So good. You're the same person coming to be chairs in our glass and we all together around the same table party right now. I'm a bit fear. I am not afraid of the situation in terms of the disease out there and stuff like that. I'm not afraid of that or fearful of it in that perspective, like I'm hiding out from it. But I yes, buddy. But I'm fearful of other people's lack of concern for it.
Yep, exactly. Same. Same. Because people are saying, but I want to live my life. I want to enjoy myself. I can't stay in quarantine forever. I can't do this. I can't do that. And that's why we're saying there's got to be a middle ground, right? Like I get mental health is a thing, right? Some people go to events, they might be living alone. So going to events, doing things like that is socializing. But it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be I'm going to a party with 5,000 people and no mask, or I'm staying home. Like I feel like there's a middle ground.
I agree on the middle ground. I was working on something for the middle ground in terms of like a pivot. But it's just that the other thing just started to consume so much of my time. I was no longer entertained by it due to lack of time.
But it's still coming, right? We're still going to see an Icebox event coming somewhere, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to disappear off the market.
All right.
I'm not saying that at all, but it was a kind of situation where we were at financially as our brand was changing, and we had a rough year before that based off of some venues in New York. So I don't know if you remember, Tribe got switched last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not last year.
The year before. So, yeah.
The year before, right? And we didn't have any Scotch Monday, and that venue locked all my money up. And I didn't get the money back. I literally had to throw another event to get the money back. But then you're talking about that venue's locking my money in cash. It's not like you're gonna put in a credit card and I pay the minimum to survive. I'm out of pocket cash on those venues. And then you're talking about the deposit. The deposit is high. So I'm out at least 35K, and I have to float with that money for a whole year. So it had me in a tight situation. There's a lot of cash to be out of hand for a whole year.
Yeah. And now not making it back with any of the events that you probably would have had, the carnivals, all of that from last year. And it looks like this year too.
Yeah, and then I was kind of lucky from the standpoint that, like, all right, what happens is, like, from the time we started to do well, people will try to grab your date. To secure your date, you have to pay a deposit. So when the new financial year comes around in January, Tom, Dick, and Harry is calling me because I need to secure the venue. So
you know that.
In January, I'm paying way more deposits than I really need to be paid, because some of those places you don't have the relationship with yet. In terms of, like, after I do the board, like, because I use, like, the horn blower so much, she's not going to run me down to lock the date, because I've already prospered those. They call it first right to refusal. So I've already hold on to those dates for previous years. When, say, you use a venue once and you switch that venue the next year, then that venue is going to want a deposit to lock that center. And what a lot of the venues were doing was they're not giving you back your money, they're transferring it to another date. So if you already paid that deposit, now you're already a year out with that money short. And when you're talking about when I use the horn blower 5 times a year, but I have 7 dates under my name and I need to pay the deposit for those 7 dates at the beginning of the year. What does that for me?
That's crazy.
Insights.
That's insights that you do see.
Insights.
And still take into consideration that the taxes out of New York.
Man, can't get away from taxes. Nothing you do, you're gonna get away from taxes.
Suffer from that. I'm always behind Uncle Sam.
Wow. Well, hopefully, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, you were paying money out of pocket, tens of thousands of dollars when there was no COVID. So I don't even know what to tell you for what's going to be the scene.
So when I look at the risk factor now, for me to put that money out to them get events where half of the people, because the boat calling you, they're going to give you the venue still, but they're going to give you half the capacity. Like the lady from I'm in Miami, she calls me, she's like, you still want to do the boat ride down here? You could do 2 extra dates in the year, but they can give you 2 extra days, they can get half the capacity, but they're taking off 1/3 of the price. And I was like, to be honest,
that math doesn't add up.
That math does not add up. and I carry all the risk. Because you want your payment regardless. If I have 10 people, so I was like, why don't we partner and do the ride? And you get a cut per head.
Right.
So we both lose if we don't make.
Right.
No, she doesn't want to, they don't want to do that. So you must take all the risk.
That's crazy.
Who's she getting to do that? Like private events? Like who's gonna do that?
And they were still doing like the little dinner cruises and stuff like that. Like, I just kind of shied away from it, and then as it started to steer towards being worse, a bigger. Because in the beginning it was still alright, I was still booking my later venues in a year and moving, but then when it started to really. When you see the border started to close, then I knew from that time I started to call and cancel my credit card payments and that kind of stuff because I knew that I kind of see that I'd just wait. I was just waiting to pay you at the last minute.
So I've been asked a lot if the scene will ever return to how it was. So right now you see the people who just must bet. They have to be somewhere. Do you think that that's the smallest portion of the community, or do you think as soon as they say everything will open up, it will go right back to normal?
I think if I had to look at it, I would look at it from different perspectives. I'd look at it from somebody like me who, not from a promoter, but from a parent, from taking out the promoter aspect, from a parent, from a dad, who has changed his perspective on fatherhood, being home, to be like, all right, I want to be around more. I want to be more. Not that I wasn't present, but I was always traveling. So, me personally, I'm not even if they say tomorrow, it's all back to normal. I don't really want to run to a party straight off the bat. I'm going to probably pick signature events. Then you have the opposite person who wasn't partying before, who feel like now they miss out. So now they're going to go hard and go to a party. So I just don't know what percentage of the population will sway what way, but it's also taking into consideration your age. So like the younger demographic will still go out and party hard, whereas you may find more people have fell off in the COVID time because of change of interest, starting new businesses, starting, move. New York City isn't the same that it was. It'll be very interesting to see how New York City nightlife comes back because it was such a high essential part of the New York City life. And I have friends who have restaurants who, one friend literally just opened his doors and they go on belly up. And he opened multiple places at the same time. So, and you're talking about they were already sitting renovating those places for 10, 11 months. So That's what worries me more in terms of how. But then you hear stories of like one particular conglomerate running around and buying up the club spaces. So then it's going to have one big monopoly holder in that in the market here.
That's crazy. That person's going to be able to set their own price if they own everything.
Right, and some of the places we can't even buy into right now or not willing to take the risk.
Wow. So basically, New York soca scene, it was nice.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, but based on the information, I'm not saying I do make sense. That person may be somebody who may move on to the Caribbean market. You know.
So you're saying that person is not of Caribbean descent, which we kind of figured, but
yeah. I mean, they didn't tell me where the person was from, but just from understanding what they're doing, it's highly unlikely it is a person of Caribbean descent. Because the kind of money you have to make that play, that's not rich, that's wealthy.
There's a difference.
So,
gotcha.
Pick up 12, 13 of the major clubs in the city already. Because those people who own those leases dumping the leases out, and then you're paying the current owner pennies on the dollar to hold it for you with all their infrastructure in there. Minus what the few things that they liquidate, a fridge, a stove, some if they liquidate that out just to get cash flow. And even in the liquidation game, those things aren't selling because in the auction houses, stuff has dropped ridiculously lower in the price because of the flood of inventory. A table, like a aluminum kitchen table, that they use for prep. A prep table in the kitchen is $400 to $800, depending on the size, brand new. You're picking that up in the auction right now for $20.
That's a big difference.
The same cocktail table that we paid $20 to rent, you're picking it up in the auction for $1. So if you have cash now, it'd be like if I had that kind of wealth, I'd be buying containers of cocktail table and trusting and all of that. And then I come out as being the next big song, speed and lighted Caribbean entity. Because all of those stuff, nothing happening. Because remember how a lot of the market here is pivoted on credit. So some of those companies don't actually own all of the equipment outright. The equipment is financed. So when they can't make the payments, it's going to have to get liquidated.
Wow. That is crazy. All right. So moral of the story.
Moral of the story for me, I think it's changing. I think it's changing that it will come back different. I think it will come back.
All right.
I don't have a time frame because what I wrote as my time frames have been shot and gone. So I literally have crumpled up that game plan and I haven't written a new one.
Well, we're going to be on the lookout for Icebox, for Scorch, for Duckwork, for you name it. Whenever we can do it, I want it back. I do. I want it back.
I can't see without it. I can't see it not doing it, you know.
She forgot to say BK Rant and Rave and she forgot to break the breaking news of the collaboration. I don't know. Who knows? Now maybe I may be super old and back too hard to go anywhere. When they officially say we can go back to that.
Right, and I was thinking, you know, like you really pivot your head in a different direction. So, like, I don't want to do as many as I was doing before. Like, I literally in my garage, I had 3 bunch of suitcases, 3 sets, and I would come home and just pack another set and never empty the previous set because I was moving so fast.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I come home and tired. And then, like, if you look at the weekend from, like, Caribana, Barbados, Grenada, I couldn't need to go Grenada. It was just too long for me.
Yeah.
Like you're making me twitch just saying Grenada. Just like I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh man, I don't know when I'm gonna go back to Grenada, but I can't. I am nervous for the first actual Grenadian carnival because 2020 was going to be insanely overbooked.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't have the infrastructure for more people to go. So for people to say, oh, well, I always wanted to go and I never got a chance. And now I'm definitely going now. They open it again. Like you.
Even Trinidad suffers from that because they can't get erode the data. We don't have enough rooms already.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people who return home are people who stay by friends and relatives. We
Yeah.
don't really have that much hotel room space in Trinidad.
Right.
Well, when we all go Grenada, we're just staying by Soca Say So. Yeah, it's there's like I think Marshall said there's like 6 good hotels, but we have all these people coming in, and yeah, no, we're just listen, Grenada, we're just gonna stay by Soca Say So. Everybody pack up.
Rude. Nope. No space at the end.
I mean, I think these big things, like Magic are thinking big. I was like, we should really have either come up on one of these cruise ships that probably wouldn't go back onto the water because they can't bring oil back at the same time. And then you just move it like a floating hotel throughout the Caribbean, island to island for each carnival.
Done. That's gonna be the Rant and Rave Icebox connection. You heard it here first.
Boom, boom, boom.
So like that's a concept that could carry.
Pivot.
The consideration is $500,000 deposit for the food.
I'm gonna check my couch cushions and that.
I mean, that was post-COVID. What to secure a cruise ship for a secure line like that would be just start at $500,000.
Well, maybe they're at the auction for $20 now.
If you tell me where I could find those boats in that auction, I'll probably only wow. You know?
That would be good.
That would be a great pivot instead of me, because then instead of you thinking from the angle of throwing the party on the boat, you might as well own the boat and still throw your party on the boat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to own a cruise ship. Let's do this. Soca Say So, you're not in? You're not
I'm in.
You guys articulate yourselves very well.
Thank you.
So I feel that you could get some investors, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's done.
That's true. That's how the world goes round.
We're going to up the price of a sponsorship for the Rant and Rave podcast. It's no longer $200 for the full season. It's $2 million.
$2 million.
Who's in? Who's going to do it?
Then what you do is then you reinvent the wheel. You don't only target the soca community and go and you find other popular promoters in our larger genres.
Yeah.
And you bring them with you. So you split that. You do your soca weekend and then you re-outfit the both and then you do a EDM and that's how you make it throughout the region.
Yeah.
All in my mind.
Well, no, we're live on Clubhouse and YouTube, so this is in the universe, and we're gonna.
And everyone can see that I just did a mean bogle just for that. A mean bogle. Just
you heard it.
I am in agreement.
We'll do it when the pandemic is over, so that's gonna be what 2050. I feel like we're good with that, right? You got that's enough.
No. My back can't hold up till then. Like it has to be sooner.
Yes, definitely. I love that idea.
Carnival year.
Next year is fine. I see that everybody does things last minute. I used to think that as soon as a carnival is over, you start planning for the next one. And now I'm realizing that there's a good fraction of people who just wait until the last 2 months to do stuff. So I feel like if we're planning from now, we'll be good.
No, but then there's when you say that the fraction of the people from the consumer side, from the producer side, they can't plan 2 months ahead. Chinese New Year, all those kind of things they have to take into account. If you miss the Chinese New Year and you don't know when it is in alignment with Carnival, when you order in your material, you're going to be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So that's a big part of it too. Is how long before they need to order the materials for the amount of people that come in. So it's not really a 2 months then. And then those materials, I mean, I'm not saying because I asked, I'm just saying just out of theory. If those materials are being consumed less right now because other items are selling more during COVID, obviously warehouses are going to have less inventory of it sitting there right now. Because if, let's say, from a business perspective, like how Walmart looks at a square footage, Walmart uses an algorithm that basically the amount of something along the lines, I can't remember exactly it verbatim, but it's based on the amount of shelf space it takes up on the revenue that it makes. So if you're using that same formula in your warehouse, if I have all these materials that are not currently selling now, I'm going to move that stuff out of my warehouse to really put in the stuff that is moving right now in COVID. So even when we ease up, there's going to be a lack of those materials. You see that how many people making gems and beads right now?
Yeah.
For Carnival.
Yep.
When Peloton investing $10 million just to make their shipment methods better because they order so back up.
So what you're saying is that we also need a BK Rant and Rave workout series. Okay, fine.
I didn't hear that part. Wait.
I heard it. It's fine.
Because we need Peloton to sponsor as well. And we're gonna okay.
That's how Peloton sponsors the whole thing.
There's actually a girl who I don't know, she's pretty maybe second gen, but she has a big Peloton following and she's for the Brooklyn Nets, one of those, like the announcer, one of the floor announcers for the Brooklyn Nets. She has a massive following on Peloton. And then she'll this. I mean, my wife does it and I see her like sometimes she'll have on a trini outfit and then they will do like that. She'll do like a martial thing and a cast day.
Nice. I love how you say you watch your wife do it.
I ride on the road. I don't like the accomplishment of ride. My passion for riding started in New York, ironically. When I rode for a long time in New York, and then I thought I would do 150 miles a week in New York. So I would ride from Brooklyn straight up the West Side Highway over the GW into Jersey, and wherever the midday reached there, then I would turn around and come back.
Well,
so I would do that 1 day a week.
That's all you need. You need the rest of the week to recover.
Yeah. So,
wow.
But since I moved to Florida, I ride a lot down here. Because the driving conditions the road's wider. It's hustle and bustle. You have to deal with the taxis. Everybody busy. It's an easier ride on the road.
Okay. So we will look. We're gonna, Stuart. I'm gonna contact you offline. We're gonna make this real. This is not just chit chat. We're gonna make this real. That we are actually going to put something in place for when things open up, so that there is something to go to where we can trust, that they are doing the right things, post-COVID protocols, whatever we need to do. But yeah, I'm down. I don't know about the million. Jeez, I need this. But I feel like somehow we're gonna make this happen. We are definitely gonna make this happen. We are we're gonna switch over our topic now. So we are gonna talk now. Sorry, Stuart, I'm switching over. So
No, that's fine. That's fine.
we have been seeing, I'm gonna mute you just for a minute. We have been seeing that all of these, we said that in our, I don't remember the episode because we've been drinking. In our podcast, we have said that virtual carnivals absolutely suck. And we thought by now, I mean, it's been so long, we've all been in quarantine. We thought by now we would be tired of these virtual events, these virtual concerts, these virtual this, these virtual that. And we're not tired. I am seeing people logged on to all of the new stuff, everything that we saw Patrice, we saw Second Star with Second Sunday, we saw Nadia Batson, Kes, Voice. I mean, lyrical. We're not tired of it. How are we not tired of it?
I we're not tired of it, or if that's us all we got. Like, I think we're more on a like, this is all I have right now. So I have to succumb to this because that's all they're going to offer me. Or, there are certain artists who are consistently doing live events with, in these unmasked parties. And I refuse to endorse those artists or even far less name them because
Yeah.
I feel like it's ridiculous what they're doing. And so then I'm left to the only way I can see my favorite artist is to log on and go onto their Facebook Live, their YouTube Live, their wherever they're doing it. And in this last week alone, I definitely sat in on maybe 3 or 4 live concerts, saw many artists. And I feel like it's just what's available to me. I do not prefer it. I don't want it. I keep finding myself clicking out of it because I'm on my phone, and so I want to click into the million other apps I have on my phone. And I'm like, oh yeah, just kidding. I was in so and so's concert. Let me go back. And I actually paid my money for Kes today. When people put on their Venmos, Cash Apps, this, that, I try to support because they're doing a huge performance. And what are they getting back?
Errol says it's all we got.
That's it. It's all we got. So I feel like it's not like this is what I want. It's just what is available to me. And I don't want the artist to say, you know what, never mind, I'm not doing anything anymore. My pivot is to go work on the farm and never talk to you people again. And so I'm going to support. And that's where I'm is right now.
I feel like for Trinidad Carnival, though, this is not new for us, right? Like, we've logged into the Macho Monday stream. We've logged into the Tuesday on the Rock stream. We've logged into the Soca Monarch stream. Like, we've done this prior to COVID. When you can't be there, this is the closest you can get to it, right? You still want to see who wins the ISM. You still want to see, who wins. But, because we know it's rigged.
I'm so mad. I'm
just saying. So this isn't like it's now Trinidad Carnival and all we have is these virtual streams. We've had these virtual streams and we've logged into them before. We have definitely, I know I have broke night, stayed up all night.
For sure.
To wait for the many, many, many segments of Soca Monarch to see who wins what.
And by the way, big up to Pharma Nappy because I've been singing that song hard.
You know what? Play a little bit of that song.
Jam. Yeah, I've been doing the backyard jam for a minute now.
I love how there was no accent. Backyard jam.
Backyard jam. Is that how it goes?
That was
Hi, I am an American child of Grenadian parents. So allow me It's fine. I do what I do. Yeah, big up to Farmer Nappy because that song has been Backyard Jam has been hitting. And I know, I know, if there was an actual carnival, he would have been in everybody's pet. He would have really gotten the backing behind him on that song. And so to do it without even doing that, to get the recognition for that song without going to so many fets, big up to you for sure. He deserved it on that song.
Yes. That song is no. I'm gonna tell you why. But first, I'm gonna give the people a taste of the song so they know what we're talking about. Because
all right. If you're on YouTube, then you can see me doing the dance.
All right.
Oh boy, I just realized how many drinks I've had. Just realized how many drinks I've had. I was about to go in.
Okay, real talk. I love the song. It was a lyrics challenge. So of course, the minute it dropped, it was a lyrics challenge. Big up yourself, Farmer Nappy. Big up yourself. I forget who wrote it, and I'm too drunk to read the words. But I have a feeling, and they're gonna come for me in the comments. They're gonna come for me. I know this. I have a feeling that if it was not COVID, I don't know that Farmer Nappy would have won.
Bite your tongue.
Not because the song is not good. Not because the song is not good. But because Farmer Nappy has brought out good song for so long. You remember Surrender. Everybody was surrendering. Come on. Farmer Nappy it has good music. I feel like, I don't know, yo.
You feel like everybody else didn't bring their best, and that's why Farmer Nappy got a. You know what?
It's not even that they didn't bring their best. You know, they always do press. They always do. You know, they're in every morning session in Trinidad. They're on everybody's radio. You know, there's a lot that they do to push the song, and then of course you have the Soca Mafia, and so they will make sure their song gets played in rotation. But this year, kudos to Farmer Nappy because you have just a good song winning ISM. Yeah. And I'm here for that because we know, and y'all could come for me, I don't care. We know there have been not so great songs that have won before. Yeah. But it's a good song that's winning. So I'm with it. But I do think because we don't have so much performance, you don't have so much budget for people to do, you know, Rocket Man things. You don't have, you know, all of this extra to hype up the song. It just has to be a good song.
Yeah. I feel like listen, out of the pool of songs that made it to the top 10 this year, I think it definitely deserved to win. Just the song alone, even without talking about performance. But I definitely think that other artists, or even the ones that were in the running, would have gone harder, maybe put forth a different song if it was a normal year, for sure.
Yes, for sure. Yes. Because they would have thought of, you know, how's this going to look on stage? How am I going to get the crowd into this? And there's no crowd. There's no stage. You just have to come with good music, good lyrics, good vibes. And this one, especially with what's going on in the world, even just the title, Backyard Jam, it has to be a good song. So kudos to Farmer Nappy on winning ISM. I do believe it is well deserved, but I also think that, you know, Oh yes, yes. Thank you, Psycho. Happy Place is a good song as well. I think this year it was really about the song, the vibe, the music, and not the hype, the show, the stage show, who's singing what. You know what I mean?
Well, Rome came with All Now,
Mm-hmm.
and that really captured the moment, but I think it just came late. It just came
Yeah,
too late. It was right before
yeah, yeah.
the competition, so it just came too late. And then there were a few songs about all of the fun games on Instagram and the susus that were played, the horning that went on, some of the topics that were very 2020 relevant.
I'll give it for Viking. That Viking
Yeah,
Ding Dong. That was
yeah.
a good song.
So they were really good, like on staying on theme on the COVID theme songs this
Yeah.
year for sure.
And it wasn't really an international Soca Monarch this year. It was definitely a Trini Soca Monarch this year.
Right.
So there's
Right.
that.
Well,
Because
that's the
one had
other
Let It
thing.
To Outside, which was a good song too.
That's the other things.
Oh,
Grenadians
goodness.
were like,
Y'all can't see the
Grenadians
neck
were
roll
like,
happening on Clubhouse. There's a neck roll.
Grenadians were like, let me just let y'all Trinidadians enjoy yourselves for half a minute. Next year we'll be back.
Oh my goodness. Guys, if you are on Clubhouse and you are not tuned into Soca Say So's YouTube channel, Soca Say So on YouTube, there was just a lot of neck roll along with the shade she just threw. So
I'm just saying that Grenadians just really came with a vengeance in 2019 and 2020. We're like, okay, we're doing more. Yeah, 2021, it would have been crazy as well. But, you know, I mean, look, ISM, I don't know. I have my own problems with ISM. I feel like
you have many problems with that.
we were, yeah, I have many problems with ISM, but we were just talking about as soon as one carnival ends, you have to be preparing for the next carnival as a promoter for a party.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like ISM just be like, it's the month before, what are we doing? Like international Soca Monarch, and I just feel like they're not doing enough for months leading up to when they're supposed to be having the Soca Monarch finals, and they want us to get all excited and tune in. No, it was like literally 2 weeks before they were like, oh, we're gonna do this. We're still doing it.
Well,
We're just gonna do it virtually.
Yeah, yeah. In the past, semis were a thing. Like you wanted to see the semis. You want to see who gets put through. And then after a while, I don't know why they cut the budget for semis, it looked like. It wasn't really a big deal. So you just wait for finals. But yeah, I know this year, I mean, you have restrictions, right? People can't travel in. I don't know why they didn't have virtual stages set up around the Caribbean. People could have done it in their home countries. Maybe the music.
Wouldn't that have been so dope? Wouldn't that have been so dope
Oh, I would
if
have
the
been there
whole Caribbean had, you know, everybody had a representative and they had really good songs and everybody did their own
But
little
now
at
you're
home.
talking
I mean,
about
you could have
actual
an
money.
amazing at home presentation.
You're
Seriously.
talking about people spending money to have a stage, to have a whatever, to get the technical stuff right.
No.
I am the technical.
You're talking to Soca Say So. Stop it. I have hosted
No,
events
I'm talking about
from my
ISM.
living room.
Yes.
I have hosted events from my living room that was seen by people around the world. And so I know that you can perform and do a full-on presentation from your house.
Absolutely. But ISM would have had to get that all into one streaming service. And that's where I think it would have been a problem for them. Because they would have had
a problem.
How that would not
don't give them an out. That would not have been a problem. Yes. Because every event that I've been on that's been virtual has had acts from across the world. Even this finals was pre-recorded. It was pre-recorded. So you're just getting a bunch of videos and you're splicing them together.
You are giving them way too much credit. You just said that they wake up 2 weeks beforehand and get things together. You really expected that they would have said, okay, guys, we're going to have a real system in place for you sending in your virtual videos, and we're going to go live to this person, we're going to cut to this, we're going to transition to this. You've been in the stadium for the finals, and when it's like somebody's pre-roll to lead up to their stage performance, and it's like, oh man, somebody forgot to turn on the lights, somebody forgot to do this, wait, we don't have this thing, hold on, oh yeah, hold on, we're coming. You know how this goes. And you expected virtually that they would have done it even better. Come on now.
I finished my drink already, so I'm a rant. I'm a rant. Like, why are we still accepting that in 2021?
I'm not saying accepting it. I'm saying that's the reality of what happened.
That's madness. That's madness.
Yeah, well.
The people that they had as judges for the year have had international hits and have worked with hit makers from around the globe, award-winning hit makers from around the globe. And you telling me that they can't take some videos from listen, Current
videos from their own people and play before the performer gets on stage. Stop it.
The reality is so sad. Like, you can't call yourself the international soca monarch and you cannot be held to the standard of a regular award show. Like, this is madness.
I mean,
it's madness. Like, BET should not be outshining Trinidad. Like, really and truly, you've been doing it for so long. Your artists have traveled the world. Like, you have to do better. You have to do better. You can't call yourself the international soca monarch and still be saying, oh, you wanted to start now? Wait, push the video.
But you see, when Fayan took it over, everybody was saying, oh my goodness, this is running so well. You're getting people and coming to you backstage, even people who were not necessarily fans of Fayan had to say, you're getting people coming to you backstage saying you have 5 more minutes, you have 2 more minutes, you have this, you have that. Because it was well run, well organized, and well presented. But then they were like, no, dash with that, fire her. No, we don't need that.
Who are those people?
Yes, with dial-up.
Get me their names, and I will take care of them because Fan did an excellent job. Fan did an excellent job.
I'm sorry, NSA, if you are listening, the views expressed by...
I said take care of them. That's all I said, is take care of them. Take care.
Oh, send them a gift basket.
Yes, exactly. And so now they will appreciate her. Fan did an excellent job with International Soca Monarch.
Yes,
and she had a short space of time.
90 days.
She did it well. I mean, obviously she'd been thinking about this for a long time, like making her list. Like, oh, if they would have just done this and that, it would have been better. So yeah, I hold them to a higher standard because, listen, being a Grenadian, I know that Grenadian artists, we have our own Soca Monarch, and we hold it in high regard when you're when you are Boise. I mean, when you are the winner of Soca Monarch.
Wow. Okay.
And we also want to get to the International Soca Monarch stage in Trinidad, and so knowing that people from many other countries want to get to where you are, you should do better. You should do better. But this year, I think they did a good job of who won. I'm super excited to see Olatunji in the mix, because as far as I'm concerned, Olatunji, you big, you bad, like you don't need to do any of this anymore.
A showstopper. He is a showstopper.
I just watched him on Kez's Is We show, and just like, gotta love Olatunji. All the energy he gives you, jumping around the stage, kicking it up, singing his heart out. I love it. I love Olatunji.
Yes, all of that energy. I love it as well. What I really love seeing, though, is the artists haven't stopped, right? We've said on the podcast, we don't know what people are doing. A lot of people went quiet. We didn't know if they were still making music. We didn't know if they were coming back with anything. And then to see that, yes, they are still making music and they're staying current, right? Because some artists still wanted to do jump and wave, wine, the road, blah, blah, blah. And that's not a thing right now. You have to stay current, right? So it does take it back to lyrical content. You do have to make sure that what you are singing represents the time so that people will play it and they feel connected to it. And I am here for that, the musicality of it as well. Backyard Jam
Yes.
has that old school vibe. My
Yep.
goodness. I love it. I love it. I could a whole rhythm section could play Backyard Jam. You don't need any DJ or anything. A whole rhythm section could play Backyard Jam.
Very, very true. And I just feel like there's a little like, full circle going on, like coming right back to Calypso. Because Calypso is all about talking about the politics of the day,
Yeah.
talking about the culture, what's going on in the moment. And Soca had to do that in 2020. And for 2021, you have to come back to lyrics that are super relevant to the time.
Yes. I
So it's
love
great
that.
to see that. And then great to see that it's not all just depressing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could just go downhill with, oh, we're so sad, or we're so fed up, and we're so tired. And the fact that they're finding joy in these moments is really awesome.
Yeah, I love it. And I think it stopped the carnival feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's why I used to love Bungie. I love Bungie.
But
Sorry.
wait, hold on. Breaking news. Breaking news. What did she
that
say?
is not breaking news. Bungie used to be, I used to call him the Bard of Soca, right? Because Bungie used to tell you what's going on. I listened to Helicopter when Trinidad was having all the bombing. And I was actually deciding whether or not I should come to Trinidad because I was like, wait, what is he singing about? And I had to go look it up and I had to ask, he has now departed, as Tony Hall, should I come to Trinidad? Because I'm hearing all this wildness, all this craziness. You say, yeah, it's no big, you know Chinese, right? There's no scene. Yeah. Come down. There's a whole bunch of explosions happening throughout the city, but whatever. Carnival is still going to happen. And that's one of the reasons why I loved Bungie, because that lyrical content still told you, it was a play on what was going on, but it still gave you a little bit of what is happening in the culture. And so I was a big fan. Stop it.
The explosion.
You want me to?
The explosion.
Want to hear? Here we go.
Oh, sorry. You weren't asking me for my
I
interpretation of the
was
song?
not asking you for that.
Oh, okay.
No
I was doing a little double dutch move. Like,
no
when do I jump in?
You never do that. You never never jump in. Um,
See, it's just like I said.
Yes, it sounds exactly like how you sang it.
Haters gonna hate. Right?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, Trinidad, I don't know what song. You know what? Go refill your drink.
No, I'm on water now. It's over.
Why? Well, I don't know if
A baby bottle.
No. I don't know if anyone is going to write a song about what is currently happening in Trinidad right now, with all of the violence towards women and the abductions and the kidnappings. But I will say shouts to Anya. She is bringing back her Leave She Alone movement. There will be a march as well to highlight what's going on in Trinidad with domestic violence as well as just violence towards women. We did a show on this where we had Caribbean men stand up and say that they're against domestic violence and against violence against women. And
On the
so
BK Rant and Rave
on the
podcast.
BK Rant and Rave podcast, subscribe at bkrantandrave.com. But yes, yeah, we talked about it. So I don't want anybody to sing about this. I really don't want, I don't want to hear it in the song.
I've seen in a lot of the lives recently that people are talking about violence against women and making a stance that they are against violence against women before they sing, while they're singing. They definitely did during the Soca Monarch as well. So, and there have been protests as well, just to shed light on the situation and to show that they're fed up and they want it known that women should be protected and not harmed. I don't know. I'm sure someone is going to pen a song, but hopefully we don't have to rely on a song to have a common sense that violence against women is unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and also we've had these songs already, so leave you alone.
Yeah. Calypso Rose, Leave Me Alone. You had Bungie with Licks. You had all kinds of people talking about just freaking leave women alone, right?
Exactly.
Sad that has to keep coming back around, though. Sad that you have to keep making statements and songs about that.
I was thinking today that it's kind of like Trinidad's, like certain things that you would attribute to Trinidad is kidnapping. And listen, not that that's like the top of your list. Not that it's the top of your list at all, but of some of the negative things that you've heard over the years, and that people who are not from Trinidad would be like, oh, I do know something about Trinidad. I know that there are kidnappings, and if I go there, I better be careful. And people get kidnapped and held for ransom. And I know that men, kill their wives sometimes. That's like a thing. And I need people in Trinidad to know that that is like, oh, that's just Trinidad for years. And that is known, and that is a thing that's associated with your country. And you have to work really hard to make sure that that is not what it is, because I know Trinidad is way more than that. And I know that way more people in Trinidad disagree with kidnapping and killing people than do. But I know that when you're trying to think of things about the country, that those things are in the top 10. That's a bad situation. That's really, really bad.
Yeah, that's a shame. But, calling attention to it, hopefully, will result in movements. And there have been protests, like you said. So hopefully this will have people.
And it's good to see that one thing happened and everybody jumped up. They didn't need to see 10 examples of the same thing.
Yeah.
And you didn't need to see like days and days go by. It was like instant.
Yeah.
Like, no, not tolerated at all. And that's really, really good. That's really, really good. That's really hopeful for the country. And hopefully there is a change and it's not going to be a thing. The protests have been for days. And not, I don't know, protest is not really the right word, I don't think. I feel like it's just making a stance of awareness or solidarity.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it's really good as an outsider to see that there was an instant reaction, that one thing happened and everybody was like, oh, hell no. Nope. It's not us. It's not what we do. Not at all. We don't subscribe. And so that was really, really good.
And it's good to see it from all walks of life, to see a bunch of people. I mean, it's the same as Black Lives Matter, right? Which is why, again, we did that series where it's like, we want to hear from everyone talking about this. We all agree that this is a problem. And so if you have men talking to other men saying, we're not putting our hands on women, we are against domestic violence, we are against abuse, this does not make you a man, because there is that kind of machismo thing about it, right? Like, oh, you let her walk all over you, you let her cheat on you with this, you let her do this, you let her do that. And of course, we had other instances, other situations that we've talked about where there's been a man in the spotlight about possibly abusing his partner. And it's like, look, I love to see men telling other men this is not okay. It's not okay. Of course, no woman should put her hands on a man either. Nobody should be hitting nobody. You're grown. Use your words.
Use
like,
your words.
like you don't have to do this at all. But I do love seeing that there are men also talking to other men.
Agreed.
I'm gonna abruptly change from that because that's a downer. And it's Saturday night.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up.
It's Saturday night. Yeah. I was like, what is this? I don't even know what time it is.
Getting late.
It is getting late, and I still have more drink. I don't know what you did.
No, I'm on to water now because this is not an official drunk rant. Because this chick and Soka Say So definitely do official drunk rants.
Yes.
Where we allow ourselves to get actually drunk so that we can talk the talk and not be completely unfiltered. And today I was told that I was going to be not only on YouTube, but on Clubhouse. And so I had some manners. And so I said, I'm only going to have a couple of drinks and I'm not going to do, she said it was a rant, not a drunk rant. And so I only had a couple of drinks. And so I'm not completely unfiltered. And so I'm going to stick to the water now. Because when I tell you the drunk rat, hey,
fine.
Can't stop me then. That's when the singing starts, the rubbing of the face.
The eyes get smaller.
The eyes are extremely small. And I say what I got to say.
I hear
Big up yourself, Bikey. Hello, DJ Bikeman. Zorg, hello, hi on YouTube.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. Okay, fine. I'm gonna stop drinking.
You don't have to stop. I
was lying. I was saying what you wanted to hear, but I'm gonna keep drinking. It's already made. This would be a waste of perfectly good liquor, and I'm not about wasting things. And how dare you try to get me to? There are children starving in Africa, and you want me to waste my rum. I don't understand this.
You,
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next topic. Thanks.
I'm just saying, it's already made. Now I'm gonna stick with it. No, I need you. Anyway, fine. Finally, tomorrow is Valentine's.
Oh boy, maybe it is. Oh boy.
I
feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Just never mind. And scene.
What? Why would you get in trouble? Why would you get in trouble?
I feel like you've been thinking enough that I'm gonna get in trouble on this Valentine's Day theme. But go on.
I'm just saying, I am curious right now because I don't know how people are dating right now. Like, is everybody just on the apps? Like,
I don't know either.
What? Go on. You knew we were going to be talking about this. I don't know.
The notes.
I don't know why you're acting brand new. I mean, people used to meet each other in parties, in fact, at bars, at clubs, and now all of that is gone. So is part of this like pandemic partying because people are just lonely?
Can I say that Bumble just went public, and the CEO of Bumble is a woman, and she just became a billionaire this week, and she said that people are dating more than they were before. And they are doing it more socially distanced than ever. So they're taking time to get to know each other using the phone and the videos before they meet in person. So people are dating. And I mean, listen, you only have the apps and video and phone to really meet people right now, because the likelihood.
Parties in Miami.
no, people are just jumping up and acting a fool.
You want some COVID? Mwah, I love you so much. Here's some COVID. Mwah, mwah. Ooh, you're cute. Here's some COVID. Mwah.
No, they're not actually hooking up there. They're just jumping up and acting a daggone fool.
Why she acting like she's 12? She don't know.
What do I know?
Just
I ain't there.
and they're going back to their hotel rooms and going to sleep on unicorn pillows.
She rolled her eyes, Clubhouse. You couldn't see that. She rolled her eyes.
Hard roll.
Yeah, so people are dating a lot these days. People, blink, blink, blink. Sorry, go on.
What's the blinking about? What's the blinking?
Because they're getting dates and it's Valentine's tomorrow and I don't got
one. I'm pretty sure if we wait 5 minutes in the comments, you will have a date for Valentine's Day. In 5, 4, guys, don't make me a liar. 5. What? No, we talked about you being sexy. Put your damn hands down.
I'm giving them shoulder. I'm giving them shoulder.
Giving them nightmares. Cut it out.
Damn it. I thought that's how you did it. All right, fine.
No. I'm gonna wait. Come on, somebody. Ask out Soka Say So in 3, 2. Shit. Okay. All right. Fine.
That's the way I do. That's the sound of crickets. That's how I make the sound.
That's not
that's not crickets, but that's all I can
what
give
a cricket
you right
is.
now. That's all I could give you. As soon as it came out, I knew it was wrong, but that's all that I could muster. I don't know exactly how. I don't know. But
wow.
It is. People are dating. I feel like, do you have to say, like, let's get a COVID test and meet up? Or are you just meeting up with a mask on? Like, what's happening out there?
You go with your Lysol, your wipes, you go with your, and you go with your, like, double mask, and you guys sit 20 feet apart and you text.
That can't be life. It can't.
I don't know. I don't know what the people of them do. I would imagine that's what I would do. Be like, hey, you're cute.
Then why didn't I just stay home and do that? I saw your picture. Why would I need to leave my house?
Because now I want to see you in a real life. I want to see you move.
You want to see them do breakdancing moves? What? Alrighty.
But you knew that that's what gets to me.
Oh, now I know.
Now you know.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell people are doing, but I do know, statistically speaking, that they are dating more. Yeah. More humans are dating right now. And what dating is a whole new thing.
Especially since you have no restaurants. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't say that. You have restaurants. So I was trying to make a reservation for a restaurant and they were like, yeah, we've got the 3 outdoor spaces and that's it. I'm like, how are you guys going to make money? You've only got enough room for like 12 people because, of course, in New York, you can only have 20%, 25% capacity, but you still got to make 100% of your rent that month.
Yikes, that's craziness. I don't know how they're doing it, but I know people are doing video chatting. People are ordering food for you. Send it. I'm gonna send you Uber Eats, and then we're gonna get on the video and have dinner together that way. That's super cute. I like that.
Super cute. But we've done that with each other. Are we dating?
Yeah. No, we are.
I'm giving you a whole bare shoulder. Like
but I know.
I don't know why this isn't working.
I do not want that shoulder. Please and thanks.
What brings the boys to the yard?
Yeah, boys. Boys is the key word there. Boys.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's one.
Valentine's Day is coming, and are you supporting Black-owned business for Valentine's Day, or are you just like getting food? Because I heard somebody ranting today without me.
So I'm gonna be real quick, like real quick. I'm gonna just put it out there like mad quick, right? So yesterday was Lunar New Year, which is a Chinese, or I guess I'll say Asian because Taiwanese celebrate. So an Asian celebration. So I've been working with GF Deliciousness, and I read her blog, and she said, "Here's what you have for a proper Lunar New Year feast." So I said, well, I'm going to have a proper Lunar New Year feast because it's all about luck and harmony and shit like that. So, all right, fine. So I ordered my food from an Asian restaurant, got my Asian food to celebrate this Asian New Year. And people came in my DMs, you know, this is how I imagine they sounded, right? When they were typing it. You could have spent that money at a Black owned restaurant. Like they don't know who this chick is. Like they don't know what Rant and Rave is. Like they don't know anything. How you find yourself in my DMs and you don't know that not only have we always bigged up Black and Caribbean owned businesses, we had an entire event dedicated to it. We started an entire podcast to do that, to highlight those businesses. Our current season is about supporting those businesses and supporting the people who are moving to new ventures. But somehow you found your way into my DMs to tell me that I should be supporting a Black owned business. So I had a moment. You know, I don't normally get on the social medias then and talk to my phone and listen. But I had to because I needed people to stop coming in my DMs on Instagram and Facebook to tell me that I should not have spent money at an Asian restaurant, that I should have spent it at a Black owned restaurant. I live in a West Indian neighborhood. I can't sneeze without supporting a Black owned restaurant. Mind yours. Come out of my pockets. Google me.
I mean, who on this planet can say that they only spend money with Black owned businesses? Nobody. And I mean, really and truly, what we're trying to do is diversify and everybody live amongst each other. We're not trying to cancel out the races. So what is your point? What is your point? And it's one thing, I don't know where they were coming from to say that. It's not like you were constantly putting up businesses and they were like, listen, this is the 20th business you put up on here and not one of them has been a Black owned business. This is madness. Because if you just looked at 1 second of your feed, then you would see that you support Black owned businesses. So I don't even know where that would come from. And the idea that we should only work with each other is divisive and unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. Like, first of all, like there's like not even enough of us doing enough stuff that I can only spend money with Black people. Like, we're not there yet. We're not
exactly.
There. And we really
right,
shouldn't be worried about that.
I do support Diop. You know this. I already have my Diop mask, which is a Black owned mask brand. So yes, I definitely supported that because you know I support Black businesses. And
you support BBNYC. Shout out to BBNYC because I'm the brand ambassador, and this chick definitely supported that Black owned business. Hey.
And for all your information, yes, tomorrow I am going to an African owned restaurant. So get the hell up out of my DMs. Right? Just leave me alone and let me live. But also Google me.
Mm-hmm. Go to dischick.com. That's DYSCHICK.com.
So ridiculous, especially since I will not name names, but one of the people who came for me in this person's profile picture, they're wearing Dolce & Gabbana sunglasses. Pretty sure it's not Black owned.
Yeah, pretty sure. Weird. I don't know. This has been pretty dope. I don't know. I have not done Clubhouse as a moderator. Like, whoa, applaud me. This is my first one. Woo!
She did it, guys. She did it.
I did it.
Shouts to Stuart for joining us. Stuart Rosales from Icebox Entertainment. In case you guys didn't know who was on the call earlier, I love me a stush party, and he throws the best stushest of the parties.
and they are so good that
Mhm.
I, who loves the underground and the Whatless Fets, enjoys those stush parties. So that's how you know they're good.
There you go. There you go. Nice. Ah, we did it, girl. You did it.
We did it.
We stayed on longer than we said we would. We said we are not doing 2 hours of stuff. Also, I have to go nurse this cold. But I feel like I'm drinking rum, so that's part of it, right? That's part of the remedy.
It's like a hottie toddy, sure.
Yeah, except
good
there's
for you.
ice.
Then just make the next one warm.
It's getting warm in my tummy. Does that count?
Oh, I guess.
I love you, Rum. Happy Valentine's Day, Rum.
Are we gonna do this again? I wonder.
I think we should. I think we will make it shorter. But I think we should do a bi-weekly Can I Rant? Yes. For those of you who don't understand the name of this, it's because Soka Say So on every podcast episode begs me to allow her to rave. And so I was like, no, I want to rant. Can I rant? And so she said, yes, you can rant. And I was thinking we can rant. So we ranted.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a rant and rave. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
This has been fun. This has been great. Love to talk about issues in the Caribbean and solutions. Hello, hi. We love to talk about solutions. We love to talk about partnering with people and what are people doing in the industry that are bettering the community, the culture. What are you doing to make things better? If you are doing things to make things better in some way, shape, or form, reach out to us, let us know, and make sure you subscribe to BK Rant and Rave.
Yes. I love it. Guys, come on. We are putting in a lot of work for the community, for the culture, and we want to make sure that you guys are listening, that you hit us up if you have suggestions. This year, this season, we are talking about new year, new moves. We're talking to cultural influencers about what they are doing, how they are starting new ventures in 2021, because it looks like this pandemic isn't going anywhere anyway anytime soon. So other Caribbean influencers have found new ways to make money, showcase things, spotlight people, just different ventures, different things. They are moving into whole new spaces, and we love to see it. We love to see the culture grow, and we love to support it. So make sure you are subscribed to the BK Rant and Rave podcast. Go to bkrantandrave.com. Subscribe to Soka Say So right here. If you are not subscribed to this YouTube channel, click the subscribe and subscribe to her. Make sure you check out dyschick.com, dyschick.com, and you can follow both of us on all social media.
Okay, bye. Oh, I love it.